So in this video I'll talk about all the artworks and tasks that I've done for color theory in my first semester of second year in college. First and foremost, it's not going to be in chronological order. I don't think it really needs to be in chronological order, but I'm just going to show you what's easily accessible. Now what's easily accessible is this wall that I have of artworks that I've made and stacks pictures. I just saw it on Pinterest and I was like, you know what, I want that in my life. First up we have, this is the color wheel, one of the first drawing tasks for color theory. And because of color theory, really I have like a color wheel in my mind that I use when choosing what colors to use, and especially when using oil pastels, I like to use, as you can see, complementary colors to contrast and just make it stand out more. It was originally in a larger piece of paper, but I cut up just a color wheel and it had the names of the colors, but I really liked the way the wheel looks, so I cut it out and I put it on the wall, and I didn't want to stick it, so it just hangs on this drawing that I made of the painting The Kiss. Best one of all, my most favorite drawing that I made in color theory is this Canyon Moon drawing. Canyon Moon is a song by Harry Styles. If you don't know who Harry Styles is, he's a singer-songwriter and obviously my future husband. Every time I see this drawing, I hear the opening to Canyon Moon and it puts me in a good mood. I just want to confess because I feel bad, but a little secret that I have, when I passed this, it was just this. There's a lot more. There was supposed to be a car, but I just could not find it in me, the motivation to finish it. In that car, it was supposed to be Harry Styles and obviously me sitting shotgun beside him. So yeah, there's that. Next up is this drawing that I made, and obviously I didn't draw it digitally, it was on a piece of paper, but I was actually supposed to cut it up and put it on the wall, but because of the contrasting colors of the orange and the blue, it actually hurts my eyes to look at. I don't know if that's a common phenomenon, but it just, when I was drawing it, my eyes were it strains my eyes so much that it took me days to finish this, to find the motivation to continue drawing with these two particular colors. As you can see at the bottom, I read it as lunar spaceology, but it actually said said, you know what mirrors it? And I don't want to mirror this video because I'm awful. It said speleology, and I read it as spaceology, and that's what I wrote, spaceology. But I wrote it with a marker with full confidence. So I just made a joke out of it. Oops, it's the Bella Thorne in me. Sometimes I'm a little bit Bella Thorny. Sounded so wrong. Bella Thorny? Ew. I'm sorry. I'm going to hang this on my wall, but I stepped on it accidentally on the floor and it got crumpled up. And like I said, I didn't really like looking at it that much. I'm not a fan of Tintin and his adventures. So I threw it out. I stepped on it, it got crumpled, it got dirty, and I threw it out. If I knew that the final project was a compilation of everything that I've done, I probably would have tried to flatten it out or put it somewhere safe. I threw it out weeks ago. Actually, it was last week. I threw it out last week. Next up is a picture of my sister that I took, and I'd show her, but she's currently sleeping up here. This is the image here, right here. She's been very patient with me throughout the whole online class journey because I need a model to pose for photography classes and color theory classes. So the way that I made this picture was that we have a projector. We have the mini projector that we have, and we watch. Ooh. I almost broke that. I use it a lot for photography backgrounds to make it look nice and cute. We connected my sister's phone to the projector and it just displayed a yellow picture to get that yellow in the background, and I put the projector like on the side so that it creates that diagonal look. I use the projector a lot actually, and let me show you one of my favorites. Image that I took of my sister. That is so great. That's a double exposure of like the pink and the purple. The pink was taken first and then the purple was taken next, and it's such a good shot. But this, sometimes it fails and it creates this awful picture. Look at that. That's awful. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. And then the pink, that was actually pink light that I edited into purple because obviously it was supposed to be two complementary colors, and pink and yellow aren't complementary. But it didn't have purple light, but what I did have was a pink ruler that was translucent. So I took my sister's phone and turned on the flash and then put the ruler on top of the flash to create colored light. There was a projector on the other side projecting yellow light, and then I was holding up a phone and a ruler. I didn't stick them together. I was just holding them. It kept falling. It kept going out of place. Holding it like that, and then holding the not the camera. I was holding my phone. I don't have a DSLR camera because I'm not rich. I was holding my phone, and then I was holding the other phone like that. My sister was posing like that, and she had the gall to complain that she was in an awful position, that her body was straining. Like, girl, me too. It's hard. I took like a lot of shots. I kind of want to show you what it looks like before I edited the picture, because color grading and editing really saved this, really brought out the complementariness of this. Wait, let me show you the other pictures that are not edited. This was originally the color. It's looking purple-ish, right? See, even though it was pink, so the idea was that I would take the pink ruler and then green light, and then I'll just saturate the pink and make it red so that it's red and green and they're complementary. It just looked so bad. So then I started to use yellow light along with the pink light. So obviously we're still using pink light because pink light is all that I had. And this is what it looked like and edited. It looks like pretty purple, right? Please do keep in mind that these images are taken from my phone because I'm using my phone to record this video, so I can't show you what it looks. Maybe I can show you through video editing, but you know, I'm a student, so I still kind of don't know how to do that. I'll leave a link down below, a Google Drive link of everything compiled together. There's another shot of when I was trying my green. I think this shot kind of looks cute actually, right? It looks so cool. Like half of her face is just dark and then there's like lighting. This, it's like split. It's like short lighting. It looks so good. I should have worked on this. No. Next up was the analogous color scheme, and the colors that I used were red, orange, orange, yellow. It was this picture. I quite like this one. I think editing it, like fixing the color grading, really saved this image because this is what it looked like unedited. There's a weird green here. I still used the projector for lighting her, but I used a sunset image that I found on Pinterest. I just zoomed it in on the phone, so that's the only thing that it'll project was that part in the sunset where it was like gradient-ish, and I projected it onto my sister. There's a weird greenish thingy happening there. Her hair isn't green, it's just blonde and black. It was green, but it faded out. So I think that's from the sunset image that I used. Thankfully, because of the magic of editing, the magic of Adobe Lightroom, I managed to get rid of that awful green. Other than the green, I also had to edit out this R right here because we didn't have glasses of water that were like smooth and round and nicely shaped, and it didn't have like any form of writing on it. Everything else was just like clear but weirdly shaped, so that it will give me a weird refraction. So I had to edit that out because I couldn't have my sister spin it because I didn't really notice the art first. I looked at the picture and I was like, you know what, it's good, it's perfect. Because it was so hard to get it right. There were so many fails. Look at this. Look how flat her face looks. This one is just my favorite. Like, that's her nose. That's the nose. That looks so pointy. She looks like an evil witch. It was hard. It's very hard to do refraction. Especially like holding it like that. It does strain. The last picture is this picture of a plant. It looks like it's so badly taken. Like I said, I took a picture of my phone that has the original picture of it with the iPad. If you want to see it fully looking nice, there's gonna be a link down below that you can check out. It's just a picture of a plant, really. Green on green. We have the outside of my house is green, and we have green plants. I mean, they're plants, so they're green. This picture, well, I said this in the essay that I passed. Like, for photography, I passed a picture of a plant, and the professor said that he liked the green on green look, but the picture that I passed was just plain awful. And there was a glare up top that I thought looked good as hell, but apparently it doesn't. I thought the glare was cute, but it's not. Like how I think the grain is so cute, but it's not, because photography would try to avoid grain. But when like editing pictures, I'm like, I kind of want a little bit of grain on there. It adds this feeling to the picture, doesn't it? Anyway, it's the monochromatic color scheme, green on green. Speaking of monochromatic color scheme, I completely forgot to show this avocado drawing. Again, this is not a digital drawing. I drew this on paper, this same size as the Canyon Moon paper. It's like this large. I worked so hard on that avocado. The big avocado looks smooth as hell. I like the way it looks. I don't like the way the basket looks, or the way this whole thing looks. I really like the way I bordered the colors. I chose the color red so I could use the color pink. And that's it. That's everything I drew and made for color theory. It's been a fun adventure. Honestly, color theory is the subject that I learned a lot in. I'm not lying for like grades. Legitimately, color theory and photography, those are the two classes wherein I learned. Like, I'm not lying. Color theory and photography really just, I don't know, it kind of made me think about particular things about my art that I really could improve. Like I said with this, with that drawing, like I never thought to use complementary colors before. I've never thought to use a color wheel to like pinpoint what colors to use, and it's so nice. I mean, I really loved that Canyon Moon poster. Like, color theory makes sense. It looks good, you know?